name by the funny way that he walked. And when there's one snail, you always find another one. So the two of them together go, want to try that, kids? Now, Kahuli wasn't just any ordinary snail who lived on the ground. No, no, no. Kahuli lived in a tree. And every day, looked down from the top of his tree, and he would see his favorite thing in the world to eat, which was the nectar and the sweet, firm akulei. And Kahuli would climb down from the tree, Kahuli mai, go down through the forest to the stream, which went like this, and that nectar. Until his belly, his open was nice and full, and he would go right back up to the top of his tree and go away to sleep. But one day, Kahuli woke up, and he looked out across the forest, across the beach, on into the great big ocean, and he saw something coming. First it was very, very small, but it got bigger and bigger and bigger. As it got closer and closer and closer, and when it got very close to shore, Kahuli could see that it was a ship, and that ship stopped. And the ship's door, its gangplank, opened. Off of that ship came three very strange animals that Kahuli had never ever seen before. The first animal had two big horns, four big hooves, and made a sound like it was a bull. And that bull went clip, clop, down the gangplank, across the beach, into the forest, and every time its big bull's hooves hit the ground, it smashed the plant or crushed the flower. When Kahuli sat up in his tree, he looked down and he said, away. If that big bull's hooves ever step on me, I'm going to be... Then he saw another animal come off that ship. And that animal had a long face and a mane of hair and a tail that wagged in the air, and it made it sound like it was a horse. And the horse went clip-clop, clip-clop, clip-clop down the gangplank, across the beach, into the forest that Kahuli loved so much. And every time that horse's hooves hit the ground, it smashed the plant, crushed the flower. And Kahuli sat up in his tree and said, away, if those horse's hooves ever step on me, I'm going to be... And he saw the third animal come off that ship. And that animal had pinkish skin and a pushed-in nose and a little curly tail, and it made it sound like... And it was a pig. And the pig's hoofs went clip-clop, clip-clop, clip-clop down the gangplank, across the beach, into the forest that Kahuli loved so much. And every time that pig's hoofs hit the ground, it crushed the plant, it smashed the flower. And Kahuli said, away, if that pig's hoofs ever step on me, I'm going to be... So he stayed up in that tree for a whole day and a whole night. And then 2 whole days and 2 whole nights. And then 3 whole days and 3 whole nights. And he hadn't eaten anything for quite a while. He was very hungry. He said, if I don't get something to eat very soon, I don't think I'm going to live much longer. What shall I do? What shall I do? And he thought, I know, I'll call my friend, the Kolea bird, and ask Kolea to get me some of the sweet nectar from the Akolea fern. So he said, Kolea, Kolea! And the Kolea bird came flying over and said, Kahuli, what's wrong? You don't look so good. Kahuli said, I don't feel so good. I haven't eaten anything in 3 days. And can you please go down and get me some of that nectar from the Akolea fern and bring it up here? And Kolea bird said, no problem. So he flew down over the cow, and over the horse, and over the pig, and he got some of the nectar, and he brought it back to Kahuli. And Kahuli ate it up. Until his Opu belly was nice and full again. And he said, thank you, Kolea, you just saved my life. But wait, you just did something really, really nice for me. I have to do something really nice for you in return. Now, what can that be? And yes, I can sing a beautiful song for you every night when the moon is full. And that song goes like this. And that's how the Kahuli makes his song. He just goes. So that's the story. The song that goes along with the story is played on my ukulele, and it sounds a little bit like this. Now, in Hawaii, we always tell a story and sing a song about that story, and the last thing we like to do is do a dance about that story, and it's called a hula, which is a storytelling dance. Now, the motions that go for this song start off with your hands on your hips, and we're gonna go Kahuli aku, Kahuli mai. Kahuli leg hula means the kahuli is like a red leg. Here's a red leg. So we go Kahuli leg hula leg. You see akolea, akolea. Now let's call the bird. Tap your shoulders. Olea, olea. Ki'ikawai means bringing the water on the neck. Ki'ikawai. You got it now. Bring it up to Kahuli. Vai akolea, vai akolea. And you can sing that too. Now, I would like us all to stand up on our feet so we can stretch our legs out, which will feel good. And kids, we're going to do one simple hula movement, which is called the kao. The kao is just the swaying of your hips from the left to the right, to the left to the right. And it looks like this. Okay? Good. And right. And left. And right. Okay. And we're going to do our hand movements with the kao. But first, I have to ask you if you're ready in Hawaiian. And if you are, you will put your hands on your hips and say hi. Question goes, ho'omakau. Hi. That means, are you ready? And you say yes. Okay, so here we go. Ho'omakau. Hi. And now the Kahuli team will start up and we're going to do the dance 2 times, okay? Don't forget to sing out that zzz at the end.
And now I think if you really, how are we doing for time?
We have about 3 minutes.
You got about 3 minutes? Boys and girls, you can eat on the bus then?
We're going to eat when we get back.
You eat when you get back then. If anyone needs to use the